Me.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Yes, friends, how you doing? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I do hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that. I do, man. Welcome back to Chelsea News. Yes, indeed. Chelsea have got a new kit. Samu Amorodorian's being mentioned again. Gallagher to Madrid. New goalkeeper Petrovic being sold. Victor Osimhen being mentioned. A lot of stuff that we've heard before. But actually, I really must put my foot down on my position with the striker here, because I don't necessarily think this is going to be our biggest issue. And yeah, we've got a few issues. I think a lot of them will get ironed out throughout the remainder of pre-season. But still, so I'm going to give you the lowdown on Jorgensen. He's finalising his Chelsea move today. What's going on with other players like Anselmino and stuff like that. So there's lots to get into, as always. So strap yourselves in, my dear sweet friend. Thank you for joining me. Do consider dropping a like if you want to support the content. And yeah, you're welcome to subscribe if you're yet to do so. And if you do, hit the bell, man, because we are on that sweet road to the big 200 one day. One day. All right, mate. So Chelsea have announced they've released their away kit, the second kit for this upcoming campaign, and I must say I like it. We've already looked at it on here. English. We've already looked at it here on the channel before. I've had graphics to show you. It's official now. You can go on, the Chelsea social medias or the Chelsea website or the Chelsea store. Go look at the kit, the away kit. I must say, I like it. I like the orange badge on that kit, on the away kit. I don't like it on the home kit. In fact, there's much about the home kit I don't like. Maybe it will grow on me a little bit when I see, the new sponsor eventually, if it ever comes, because apparently we will get a new sponsor. We've got Infinite Athlete on the kit for the moment and pre-season, but they said, it's just for pre-season. Don't worry. We'll see what happens there, mate. But yeah, the home kit, I'm sort of hoping it will grow on me. But the away kit is nice. If I have a slight criticism, it's got this collar. I've nailed it really. It's just sort of like that, like a folding peaked collar. Not my favourite, but the kit itself is nice, so I sign off on that. Chelsea, I'll sign off on it, mate. Don't worry, I've signed off on it. So transfers and stuff going on in the world of Chelsea. Kieran Gill from the Daily Mail has confirmed that Chelsea have flown over to Atlanta overnight. Of course, they are playing Club America in 3 days, and there's a fast turnover after. Is it Club America, then Man City 2 days later? There is some real quick turnarounds going on here, so I'm praying that nobody gets injured, and I'm praying, Atlanta should be a good pitch, but we'll see what happens there. Okay, so the Villarreal 22-year-old goalkeeper, Philip Jorgensen, of course, is set to finalise his £20 million pound move, so 20 million pound. And then of course there's Aaron Anselmino, the Boca Juniors 19-year-old defender. He's not going to go to America. He doesn't need to. He's going back to Boca, so he's flown to London to do his medical, and his fee, of course, is around 15 million pounds. So that's good, I guess. A lot of people are excited about Anselmino as a defender. We won't see him for 6 to 12 months. Even then, we don't know if he's going to be utilised in the first team. What's going on? I mean, would it surprise you if Enzo Maresca is no longer Chelsea manager in a year? Probably, almost certainly not. I mean, it might be, and this is mental considering we've given him a 5-year deal. It might be more surprising if he is still Chelsea manager in a year's time with these men running Chelsea. All right, so yes, as we know, Villarreal goalkeeper Jorgensen coming in, £20 million, very, very affordable. Chelsea reckon he could challenge / be the first team goalkeeper. We could pull up his stats maybe in tomorrow's video, look a little bit closer. But to be honest, man, I'm not a goalkeeping expert. I just want a guy that's going to have an air of confidence and also is going to command his backline. I'm just going to reel off everything I want in a goalkeeper, which is essentially saying I want prime Petr Cech. But the truth is, as long as we have minimum heart attack moments from the goalkeeper and Chelsea's goal, I'm cool, I know Rob Sanchez pulled off a couple of good saves in that absolute battering, but he also had a mental moment, and he is, prone to those mental moments. I've been very clear, although I would like to sign a sort of superstar goalkeeper, and I think if there was any position on the pitch where we should drop the bag and just get someone that's like proven and very good, it would be a goalkeeper for me. We're seemingly not going to do that. I mean, I said yesterday, I think, or the day before, Mike Mignon and Edison, if we can't get those guys, or pick another top 5 goalkeeper in the world, in your opinion, we probably can't get those guys, then for me, personally, I know everyone's got their favourites, we might as well just get a Jorgensen, which is like a potential, he's very young, he's 22 for a goalkeeper is like a fetus, So, yeah. I mean, let me know your thoughts on the goalkeeping situation. Sure, my position is it's better buying him than not. What's your position? Comment down below. All right, friends. So, yes. And, of course, Jorgensen's signing today, or doing his medical today. Chelsea going to sell Georgi Petrovic, apparently. Which I'm okay with. Obviously, if back at last season, we got to the point where everyone was in unison agreeing that Petrovic was the choice in goal. But it was never like this guy's a superstar. For me, it was just like, he cost like 14 million, 1-4, and he was playing above himself, and he was doing well. And we were like, okay, we'll keep him in. But he was never, for me, going to be this, like, Chelsea goalkeeper. I'm not saying for sure Philip Jorgensen is going to be. Of course, I'm going to reserve judgment until I see him in a Chelsea kit. But, yeah, man, like, I get it. I get this. The football's changed. In Pochettino's, again, chaos ball, I call it. It's more transitional, more risky, less control of midfield. If you want someone who's just like you're going to trust as a shot stopper and also just going to clear the ball and pass it long and whatever, I much preferred Petrovic over Sanchez. But if you said, going into pre-season, Maresca prefers Sanchez over Petrovic because it's going to be short passing and this, that, and the other, I was like, okay, fine, but neither of them are inspiring confidence. And I get it, Petrovic, one of these goalkeepers, out of Sanchez and Petrovic, you can make a profit on when you sell them. And it's not Sanchez. So I get it. Do you know what I mean? I'm totally sort of fine with selling Petrovic. I'm sort of sad to see him go because I think he's done well, but I'm also like, I think he's got a ceiling, And yeah, I do think we could probably make a profit on him. And of course, if the Chelsea coaching staff think that he's not the profile, then fine. Apparently, the Athletic report, of course, there's doubts over at the club at Chelsea whether he can carry out the duties tasked under Maresca. And of course, as things stands, before we got Jorgensen, Sanchez as the number 1 was the report from the Athletic as well. I feel kind of bad for Petrovic, but hopefully he'll get a good move. I mean, he's come over from the MLS. He became a starter for Chelsea, finished in the top 6. I'm always quite philosophical about this, looking at it like this will still prove to be a good move in his career coming to Chelsea because he was an MLS goalkeeper. Suddenly he's playing for Chelsea in a top 6 side. And then that should be able to get him another good move. That's kind of the way I look at it as certain players. I feel like, well, Chelsea did well out of you, but you also made a good decision going to Chelsea. You got paid. You got, you're high profile for a while, and then you got a move that maybe you wouldn't have got before had you not come to Chelsea. Petrovic, man, let me know what you think about him being sold. Despite, of course, Maresca early doors saying, yeah, we're really happy with him, but it's just probably politics, All right, so new transfers, yeah? We are looking at attackers still, and Fabrizio Romano confirmed this recently, yesterday evening, I believe, or yesterday. Chelsea are still in the market for forwards, a winger, and a striker. These 2 positions Chelsea want to cover. Samu it's just a mouthful. Omorodion. Samu Omorodion, I can do it. I just stumble over it sometimes. Is appreciated, of course, from Let's Go Chelsea. I mean, apparently Chelsea is still really interested in him. Of course, they really want Gallagher. Firstly, a winger, fine. We'll see what happens with a winger. I mean, apparently there's stories about Nico Williams staying at Athletic Bilbao now. I don't know what's going on with that. I still think that's unrealistic finances-wise. People talked about Desiree Doué for a while. Maybe we sign another winger. We've got a lot of wingers, but I don't think many of them are inspiring confidence in Chelsea fans right now. Noni Madueke saw a lot of the ball of course, against Celtic, but didn't do much with it. He's still Mudryk, Sterling. We think Cole Palmer's going to play more on the inside. I don't think any of the wingers are, really, really sort of shouting out, "Start me, I'm the best," and that's worrying. Of course, we'll be up for Maresca to coach better performances out of them, man. I mean, they are talented, all of them. Mudryk has his haters, Sterling has his haters, Madueke does as well. They're all talented. Are they good enough for Chelsea? Can they be applied into a Maresca system for high-value goals and assists? We'll have to see, dude. So we'll see what happens with a winger. I would not be surprised at all if Chelsea signs some winger somewhere. Especially, I mean, obviously we're going to see Angelo Gabriel play probably a bit more, but I mean, I doubt he's going to be utilised for Maresca's Premier League Chelsea squad. So, striker. Samu, man. I haven't watched this guy play. I've looked at his stats. He's finishing strong. I understand how, profile-wise, he's not too dissimilar to John Duran, who we've also looked at from Aston Villa. But honestly, they're talking 60, 70 million euros for this guy who, Chelsea fans had their eyebrows being raised when we bid 30 million for him. Like, what the hell are we doing? And then they want this crazy money. I mean, it shows how much he's rated, to be fair. But, he scored a small handful of goals. It's kind of is a little bit like Rasmus Højlund, when he scored a few goals for Atalanta as this sort of young, promising striker, and then goes for 80 million to Man United. Do you know what I mean? Hoping we're not mugs like Man United. I mean, we seem to have changed our ways a little bit in terms of not spending so much money on players, which has frustrated some, but pleased others in terms of not wasting money. Honestly, I kind of obviously want to reserve judgment to a couple more pre-season games, but even though we've got extra games in European competition, and the fact how Nkunku says he likes being in the centre of the pitch and not being deployed out wide, he probably means in the sort of number 10 in a slightly withdrawn role, if that's what we've learned about Nkunku. If he could pick a perfect space, he'd be on the inside left 10, or even more advanced, like a sort of second striker, rather than a left wing or a right wing or something like that. So if he wants to play down the middle, that kind of technically is striker as well, right? Jackson, Nkunku, and Mark Gu, man. I mean, we reacted yesterday to Enzo Maresca's comments on Gu saying that as things stand, he's staying with us. We've been assessing him and he looks great. So at the moment he's in the Chelsea first team. That's enough for me, bro. That's enough. We've seen Cole Palmer deputise as a sort of false nine. I'm not sure he likes it, but there are options if we're going to have such a free-flowing attacking system where players swap, they play systemically, but they swap positions, then yeah, I would be okay with those three. Look, I'm not against us signing a striker. I'm against us dropping 70 million on Samu. I just think it's pointless. Why would you stunt someone like Gu, who's looked really, really good, for this guy? Look, if we sign an Isak and Osimhen, he was mentioned again by Romano Osimhen, of course. Is he still going to PSG, or is that dropped now? Is he going to Saudi? Probably. Maybe he does really want to leave Napoli. It's sort of already dragging on a little bit, that transfer saga. If Osimhen says, right, I'll drop my wage demands to 200k a week, or the same as Nkunku, 190. He won't do that, but let's just say he does. I'll pay me the Nkunku money, 190. And Napoli say, all right, give us Lukaku and 70 million quid. Then yeah, Osimhen's great. Or an Alexander Isak, I'd love. And maybe you put Noni Madueke in the deal, because of course we reacted to the Football Insider article just a couple of days ago that he had apparently, I think it's great. Was it Graham Bailey, that journalist? Someone said that he's reported that he'd agreed terms. Go watch that video. I can't remember. It's a couple of days ago with Newcastle United. That doesn't mean a transfer's agreed. It just means the player would be like, yeah, if Chelsea want to sell me to you, if I go, I would agree to those terms. I think that's how it works. Yeah, it's a striker, man. It's tough. How do we feel? I don't look. The only, because it's tough, isn't it? Because obviously we've looked at a really frustrating preseason result and people are losing their minds. I also spoke about that, saying, look, don't worry about that. But there's nothing really in the Chelsea. Let's be honest, right? There's nothing really in the Chelsea squad where you're like, there's a glaring problem there. We've got loads of midfielders. We got loads of defenders. Everyone's got their favourites, but we've got defenders. We've got high-profile, expensive wingers. And, you could say Nkunku, Jackson, Gu as striker options. Gusto, Reece James, Cucurella, Chilwell, Vega, fullback options. Now Jorgensen, another goalkeeper, plenty of goalkeeping options. Okay, maybe get that extra winger and see how we get on. I mean, lots of people are understandably frustrated because they want these high-profile names to elevate Chelsea, but in terms of the investment, bringing in, say, that player you're suggesting, is it going to be worth it? How how much are they going to do? And what's the, how is it going to affect the harmony of the dressing? There's so many things to consider. You've got to genuinely consider rather than being just throw him in Chelsea. Anyway, I'll be keen to listen to or read your thoughts, as always, so do leave them in the comment section below. Thank you for your support, guys. As soon as the story breaks and pops off, I will be here to react to it. It can happen at any moment with Chelsea, so do keep it locked. Turn the bell on if you choose to subscribe. And yeah, man, I hope to see you guys back here very soon. Love you, bye.